So I've been trying to do a reel like for at least a half hour or like an hour. Oh my God. And I was just like, you know what? I have too much to say about this topic, so I'm gonna put it in a video. We're gonna do this. It's gonna be great. Let's stop making this complicated. So here we are. As you can tell, the topic of this video is consistency, really routine. So routine is something that I personally, as someone who's very fluid, flowing, empathic, sensitive, all the things, spiritual, whatever you want to call, all those things, I've struggled with it because it feels like it would be boring. It feels like it would be a lot of work. It feels like it would be monotonous, just like bleh. But what I've realized over time is that when you create your routine, when you create the basis of it, it's gonna be a little boring in the beginning, most likely, because you're still figuring out how to be consistent with yourself, how to be consistent with this routine that you're creating for yourself to really benefit you and your life in the long run. And then once you start getting into a consistency of it, and I would say for myself, I started a routine like a full-on routine like 4 years ago, and I've just improved it over the years. I haven't been as consistent with it in the sense of like some months I literally didn't do it and was like, oh, I don't need it, and then I came back to it, and then here and there days I would miss it or something would happen. But all in all, I've been pretty consistent from 4 years ago till now, to the point that I've improved my routine and my morning and evening practices over time to make them more fun, more easeful, more me. And what I've learned is that you just gotta start. And why is routine so important? Why is it so helpful? It's because, especially when it comes to self-love, which is what I talk about, because I didn't introduce myself, but I'm Alaya, self-love empowerment coach who helps empathic, highly sensitive entrepreneur women to bring clarity to the chaos of their lives, to create the lives that they want through self-love. Long story short, I help women to really embody self-love in their lives. And so routine is one of those really important things when it comes to self-love, because when you have self-love and then you have routine and you have them separate, like they're two different topics, right? So you have self-love, which is loving yourself on mind, body, spirit, and emotional level, like on all those levels. And then you have routine, which is doing something over and over again, consistently, committed, creating momentum in your life. And when you put those two together, it really explodes the expansive possibilities of your life when it comes to enjoying your life, enjoying who you are, loving yourself more deeply and more consistently. And that's the key, consistently. Because a lot of the time when it comes to self-love, you know, you think, I'm gonna do it today, I'm gonna do it tomorrow, I'm gonna do it next week, I'll do it when the full moon is here, new moon, whatever, right? But when you actually schedule it, and you schedule it like if you were to schedule your job or your business or a family gathering or whatever it is, it creates so much more power and impact in your life, because you've now committed to this being a part of your life, being a very integral part of your growth and becoming who you truly want to be. Came out of focus. And so that is why routine, to get started, you just got to start simple. I personally really highly recommend doing a morning ceremony and an evening ceremony, or morning practice or morning routine, however you want to call it, so that you can start your day with a lot of love and care and whatever else you want to include in there, and then ending your day with like bringing yourself back into yourself before you go to sleep, so you're not all chaotic all over the place trying to fall asleep with thoughts going everywhere and so on. And so I highly recommend doing those two. For example, myself, over time, this has transformed into this. So just know that you do not need to be at this level or at this space to be doing this kind of routine. But for myself, I wake up at 4:30 to give myself about a half hour to get out of bed, make myself tea, get ready for the process of my morning practices. And then I start at 5. And what I've edited it to be now, because I have a job, I'm an independent contractor for a company, but I have a lot of flexibility there, so I can work as well. But just to make sure that I have enough time to do my work, to do my business, I take 2 hours out of my morning practice to work on my business, to work on my mindset, to work on content, program, whatever it is. And then those other 2 hours, because we're saying 5 till 9, right? I work at a 9 to 5. From 5 to 9, I do 2 hours of like self-care practices like yoga, showering, meditation, not in that order, eating breakfast, taking my dog out, so on and so forth. And then the other 2 hours are work. And I kind of change it so that it feels less like monotonous and boring. And then then at 9, I start my regular job. And then in the evening, I have my own kind of like routine starting to go into my evening routine. I eat dinner at a specific time, like around 6. I go to the gym between 5 and 6 and go take like a cold plunge in our outside pool. It's freezing, but it feels so good. And then in the evenings around 9, because I want to get in bed by 10, really being asleep by 10:30, I do my evening practices, which is I read a book that I'm reading currently. I do my face care. I like drink a tea, or I like do some journaling or whatever it is. I kind of am a little fluid and flexible on that because I'm still fine tuning that. But I usually like to do my face care, read a book for about 20 minutes, and like get cozy and nice and cuddle with my husband and my dog or whatever, stuff like that. And that helps me to just feel like I'm ready for bed. Those 2 things, they sound like a lot. It sounds like a really big commitment, and it somewhat is, but just know that you don't have to get it perfect the first time. You can start out slow, you can go one step at a time, and you can start out with a few practices, or if you're like me, you like to go all in and see if the flow is working or not, or so on. But there's a lot of nuances to starting a morning routine to be more gentle on yourself, you really just have to go into it, tweak it as you go, be really loving and gentle on yourself through the process, and reap the benefits. Because the benefits are amazing, magnificent. You wake up and you might be kind of like, but by the end of it, by like 9 o'clock, I feel so ready for the day. I feel clear-minded. I feel super ready to do anything that I need to do in my business and in my work. I feel beautiful. I feel in a positive mindset, all of these things. And how amazing is it to start your day in that space, in that mind space? And instead of like waking up right away and going to work and then being like, oh, because I've had those days. Last few days have been somewhat like that, until I got back into my routine. Because again, it's not like you're always going to be doing it unless you've really committed to it, really made it a really good routine for yourself. But yeah, it's just practice. It's just being patient and doing it over and over again until it sticks and works for you. The last thing I wanted to mention in this was also, you might have like the same routine every day, Monday through Friday, Monday through Saturday. But there's a lot of nuances, like there's so much to this, and that's why I've created a signature program around this that includes this module, but it's not only about routine and consistency and so on. But in there, I talk about how to create this routine, how to put it all together, how to tweak it as you go, how to create variety in your mornings and your evenings so it's not boring, how to like give yourself grace on Sundays and Saturdays in certain ways. So yeah, there's a lot of nuances to this. So if you do feel like you want to learn more about this and you want to kind of dive in, you can definitely contact me, either email me, message me, DM me, asking about this. But I do offer one-on-one coaching for women that, my screen is like not working. I do offer one-on-one coaching to women who want to really embody this within themselves, really like channel this alignment within themselves. And then I do that through my program. Right now, I'm currently building it, so you would be on the wait list. However, I am offering the one-on-one coaching, which would be diving more deeply into specific aspects. So if routine is something you know that you need, and you really want to work on it with someone who has that experience, I would truly invite you to check out my free coaching call. It's a self-love empowerment call where we can chat about what it is that you're struggling with. Totally free, no sales included, unless you do want to work with me, and we can talk about that after. So if you want to learn more about this, besides what I've shared here, I would be so happy to have you on a call with me or chat with you in whichever means you would like to chat with me on Instagram, email, or here on YouTube as well. Amazing. Love you so much. Thank you for watching. I know this is a little longer, but I'm working on these videos and I'm looking forward to make them even better as I move along. So Follow if you enjoyed, subscribe if you would like to see more videos from me, like this video if you enjoyed, comment below if you have anything you'd like to share. Thank you so much. See you on the next one.